your mic. I don't know what just happened. We're back. I heard you just fiddling with your microphone. Or are you just glad to see me? Is he on mute now? You still on mute, dude.
Yeah,
What?
this like I
You an old man with your technology.
no, like I said, like whatever this. Can you hear me now? Right?
Good. Yeah.
Yeah, like this shit is. I don't know what's going on.
Hey
We're
man,
just talking about how
stream.
this.
Look, we need to go to Zoom, StreamYard. These motherfuckers is charging. They don't really work, but we gotta use them by default. Or I just come to Minnesota, which we've been talking about for years. I'm probably
Hell
make that
no,
happen.
because I mean, I slipped on the ice yesterday and cut my hand. See?
Like, that little man, that baby bruise, that ain't shit.
Oh, then I cut my hand at work this week too. So don't give me that. Don't
Did
give
you
me
just
that.
flick off the viewers? Thank y'all for being here. Look how he view y'all. He just gave y'all the bird.
Caca, 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 caca.
Y'all need to get the baking soda. That's funny.
Well,
I
if
was
the
thinking about that
intro
earlier.
played, I don't know if the intro played or not, but Banks
It
versus
did.
Davis were back this week. Banks is in a jovial mood. He is giddy. He's all the
Bill
way
Jovial.
Jovi. I mean Jovial.
JOV. Those that's listening, get you a job. It's already
But
the holiday
Banks,
season.
let's start it off with the wrestling talk already. I know.
Oh shit. Let me wake up.
Well, you wanted to start 2 hours ago at this. You were so pumped up to talk about war games and how. I mean, we were talking with Dot uh, in our chat about it because we didn't record tangents last night due to him having a house full of children. But you woke up this morning and was in a mood, which is Banks being Banks. But at this point, it's just I don't know what it is. It's really sinking into you like the symbiote, where you're just like, what the fuck were they doing? What? And this happened, and we were all talking last night, just having the same reactions. But now you're just more like, hold on. Did they actually? Did you actually do this? So speak.
Mr. Davis, listeners, thank y'all for being here. Like and subscribe. We almost there to 500. Um, 3 years ago, me and this man said he tricked y'all before he even got in the office. Seems like it's a recurrent thing in this country, and somebody he cool with as well. So that's being, triple bypass. We said this ain't gonna go how y'all think it's gonna go. We called it then. Yes, I've been on record saying bring the old man back, and some people are saying that now. Davis has
No.
said he see now he losing it. But let me tell y'all something about the see now old bastard. He can still book something and you'll talk about it. The '09s, the '09 year, 2010 till 2014 was a fucking fever dream. Big Show and Cena 6 years later, but we watched it. Edge versus Cena 3 years later, but we watched it. Fucking the Nexus and David Ortega, get a life, kid. He on podcast talking about John Cena buried us. He buried y'all because you can't fucking wrestle. You can't talk. You just it's a reason why you was on Tyler Perry. You look like the quintessential Tyler Perry dude. You got a Caesar cut, you caught Diesel to the sky, and you talk like like this, like Carlton Banks. Yeah, you fucking marketable. Alright? That's cool. Ain't bruh, I don't give a fuck what Ryback doing. I seen Ryback. I blocked Ryback on TikTok, and this fucking steroid big neck motherfucker still pops up and talking to I love Latina. I love Latina. Food, Latina, food. That's all he talk about. In the words, I can't believe, as my homeboy said, I put in the group chat, he said, why is this man named Punk? In the words of CM Punk, however y'all want to say it, why are you stupid or are you dumb when he asked Ryback that? And the answer is all of the above. This motherfucker has too many chromosomes, all right? We talked about that. This motherfucker, he just, y'all talk about aura. I fuck a aura. 3 years, almost 4 years of this shit. This motherfucker, bruh, I'm gonna bring back the YA6, or I'm gonna bring back Bray Wyatt. God bless his soul. I'm gonna bring back Nia Jax. Thank you for that, cause goddamn, that's a fine motherfucker, Jack. I'm gonna bring back this person. I'm gonna bring back this person. I made the YA6 because Bray passed away, and I barely used them. They was on the pre-show. I did this. I'll bring it back. Why the fuck is Liv Morgan fine ass coming back, jumping in the match to help low blow Cena? Why the fuck is that needed? And Cena just sat there like, see, this is why I'm leaving. I'm saying right now, if the old man was there, would he retire? Probably just go part time. Cause it seems to be or the legends are part time now. Are they getting the fuck up out of here? He split like I'm split. In the words of me and Eve, when AJ leave next year, I barely watch the product now. And last night was living proof as to why I don't watch the product. I'm gonna let you talk, Davis, but let me talk my shit real quick. I'll let you talk on here often. The fucking business is in the shitter to begin with. Alright? Worst all time for wrestling. And don't ask me how you know Banks, motherfucker. They call me Rain Man for a reason because I research shit and remember shit. I've been watching goddamn wrestling since 1990 motherfucking five. I'll be 37 in 3 weeks. Alright? Y'all do the fucking math. I've been watching this shit since I was knee high, motherfucker. Watching Vader versus Shawn Michaels. All right. I was watching Bam Bam Bigelow on WCW, my favorite promotion ever. I ain't never, ever, and I'm talking about, I was watching that motherfucker WCW when it went under, when they had Vampiro versus Sting, and the fucking crash dummy came from the Skyfall or whatever the fuck, Titantron, and that wasn't Sting. That was fucking Darby Allin at 5 years old getting ready for his AEW career, all right? I watched that shit. I watched everything on the pole pause. I watched this motherfucking Vince Russo spaghetti either. I watched this motherfucker book everything on the pole. I saw fucking Tank Abbott, right? I saw fucking Tank Abbott have a match. This little fat skinny gnome looking motherfucker. I seen him have a match, all right? I ain't never seen no shit like I seen with Survivor Series. Nikki Bella, I need that. Why the fuck is she having a match with Stephanie Valkyr? Valkyr? What the fuck? What's her name? Last name? Davis. Anybody in chat?
Stephanie Vaquer. Yeah.
Okay, fine shit. Fine Chilean shit. I ain't even know they had that in Chilean. I don't even know where the fuck Chilean is. Anyhow. And then this fucking match, like Davis said, I got my ass up at 3 a.m. because I had to go to the plantation, all right? Because shit costs in life in this fucking country, all right? And I got goals and dreams and I got to pay for shit, all right? And then I got family members. Oh, I want myself a Christmas. Man, fuck Christmas. I ain't getting shit. I got to buy my own goddamn WCW t shirts. But anyhow, I get up 3 a.m. because God said, I'm going to put you to sleep at 10. Thank you, God. Now I ain't got to watch this bullshit. I can go to sleep. As soon as Roman Reigns went through the table and hit an F5, I was out like a light. Like a light. I said, thank you, God. I woke up at 3 a.m. The fucking alarm clock woke me up. My fucking heart was racing because the alarm went off. And I said, oh shit, it might be my time. Ain't going to be no podcast today. Fucking, at least I ain't got to watch WWE no more. Fucking out of here forever. Ain't got to watch this bullshit. Fucking, and I wake up and I just see the group chats because I'm in too many goddamn group chats. I gotta leave one of these motherfuckers, but it's people I've actually met and I like. So that's what I love. So I'll say that. And y'all talking about the program in two different chats. I said, what the fuck happened? What did I miss? Go to fucking Instagram, a motherfucker in all black with a hoodie on doing the goddamn curve stomp. I said, oh, this crippled motherfucker can't sit down even for a month. Your ego is so blatant because you can't have the voice to match your ego because you sound like goddamn Bugs Bunny on helium. This motherfucker came back
Hey,
already.
hey,
Hey, Charlie Moore. Yeah, see? voice having ass motherfucker. I thought he came. I said, bro, didn't you broke your arm? You back already? Go sit your punk ass down. Little do we don't know what the motherfucker is. So let's take a guess, all right? I said Austin Theory. Triple bypass ain't gonna let that happen. You know why? Cause he a hating motherfucker. A leopard don't change his spot, skin, motherfucking color, none of that shit. A leopard is goddamn a light skinned female. That's what it is. This motherfucker don't like people that's better than him. Austin Theory better than him. Say whatever you the fuck you want, people. I don't give a flying fuck. I was watching wrestling in 95. I don't give a fuck about this motherfucker doing this shit. Not the swag surf, this Pierre bullshit. I don't give a fuck. He couldn't get over in WCW. And it wasn't because he was being buried. Stone Cold was buried. All right. Mick Foley was buried. All right. Triple H wasn't. He was just garbage. Motherfucker had to come out with a hammer, pause, and hit people with a hammer. That shit don't impress me. Pull out a gun, motherfucker. He don't like nobody that's better than him. Okay, it ain't Austin Theory. Shouts out to First Blood Champ. That's our guys. Me and Dot Guy. They said Montez Ford. That ain't gonna happen because he gonna say, I don't want they black asses getting no shine in this group. I know fucking Braun Breaker look Dominican, but damn, he no black poppy. So that ain't gonna happen. Then who the fuck is Nathan Frazier? Please, y'all tell me. Go ahead. I'm done talking. Who is Nathan Frazier?
He's
I'm so
in the
serious.
tag. He's in the tag team with Axiom.
Who
They
the
were in
fuck is
NXT.
Axiom?
He was a kid in NXT UK.
Who the fuck is A Kid?
Spanish dude from
Who the
España.
goddamn thought I was
Nathan
ghost.
Frazier is the long haired guy, but his long hair it's super receding in the front. He does all the super fast and flippy type moves. He has like the flash type of gear or like the flash lightning bolts and all that, but I don't think it's him. I had said I think it's Buddy Murphy, because it would make sense if he was released by AW finally. He's a Triple H guy, always has been. He would make sense in a group that turned on Seth Rollins because he has a history with Seth Rollins. And he's someone who would fit in that group because that group's about putting Braun Breaker front and center. Bronson Reed is just there because Bronson Reed is a good soldier. He does what they want. He says what they
Let me
want.
ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. I gotta cut you off.
No,
Well,
good.
my fault to
Go ahead.
cut you off. I'm gonna let you talk. I'll let you talk. You know, let, besides just being swole, white, and barking, what's so great about Braun Strowman? Or fucking, I keep doing that. The damn
Braun
Steiner
Breaker. No,
kid.
that's why it was a stupid name when they chose it. Is like you already had someone that was synonymous with that type of name, and then the Breaker part of it, and to be paired next to Bronson Reed, like the whole like group is just
Double
built
B.
around.
Add a
Yeah,
B. Add B
but that's why they
amputated. It's
tried to
triple
add
B.
Logan Paul to it because Logan Paul is a wrestler full time. Remember when he was everyone's favorite part time wrestler? Now he's just part of the weekly crew because he can't do
He ain't
anything
got
in
shit else to
Hollywood.
do.
Exactly. And I had said that 2 fucking years ago. I said he was there for a reason because he can't make movies and he can't make television.
And
And
them
it's as simple as
YouTubes,
that.
it hit, but it ain't like it used to be.
Because the market corrected to Kai Cenat and all the other people that I
I
don't
show
know.
speed. No, I show speed.
um,
Yeah, one of the greatest
but
athletes in our time.
but at that
Let me ask you a
point,
question. Let me
Amp
ask you a
said he's
question.
no, he's not 5'2". He's like that guy was pretty. But they put boots on that guy and they covered him with a lot of Valerian, so you can't tell they're supposed to be big or skinny. Um, but Buddy Matthews also does the curb stomp too, so that's why it was like fitting when you put all those factors together. Nathan Frazier, I don't think he can be a heel. He's too small. He's not really a
Dave,
talker.
Dave, I love you. I'm so fucking I'm as serious as fucking Triple H artery, heart artery, his heart valve, whatever the fuck. Who in the fuck is Nathan Frazier? I'm so serious, chat. I don't know who this dude is. Please, somebody, please send me a ad or something.
If I knew this, let me share this screen, see if that'll work.
And I feel like me and M saw him at NXT, but maybe I'm bugged out. I don't know. Like I don't know these.
Now
That's
there's
what
a
I'm
good
saying.
chance. There's a good chance.
The business so fucked up these names on me. Why the fuck Nathan Frazier, dog? I work with somebody named Nathan Frazier. Why what happened to good names like Vader, Bam Bam Bigelow, motherfucking the Brooklyn Brawler, Nathan Frazier, dog, he
Vader's a
working at
ripoff of
Fed.
Darth Vader. You can't say that shit.
Yeah, but we know
Vader's a
fucking
ripoff
Darth
of Darth
Vader.
Vader.
R.I.P. James Earl
That's
Jones.
why the name. That's why all the names are stupid. Like, come on.
And I don't give a fuck if he was trained by Gorilla Monsoon. I don't know this nigga. Please, somebody just send the
Okay.
act, put him on the screen, pause, do whatever you need to do, brother, because I don't know who this person. And then my thing is too, the fuck, like Em said, Buddy Murphy 5'2", slap the shit out of him. I don't care if he cock
He is
diesel.
not 5'2". Y'all.
He is the little bro. His girl tower over him, and his girl not that tall. She look tall on TV. Who the fuck is Fraxium? Did we see them at, just say yeah, we saw them at NXT Takeover? Cause I don't be knowing names, dog. That part of my brain don't work. Who else y'all think it is? Who else you think it could be, Davis? Because it ain't Austin Theory. Because he hate on
No,
Austin Theory.
I'm serious. I don't think that's unless they're trying to do some fucked up shit where it's Seth Rollins is going to do the "it was me all along" type of storytelling, which wouldn't surprise me at this point because okay, let's take it back to the beginning. Rewind, and then so War Games starts off with the women's War Games match. I honestly didn't care about it. I didn't give two fucks about it, and that's no offense to the women involved. Shout out to Lash Legend, but I didn't care for it. I put it on. It was on, and then it was over, and I was glad.
Dog,
Then
that was a
we
long
get
20 minutes.
John Cena versus the worst wrestler that's gotten
Here
over
you
in the
go.
crowd in the last 25 years. Dominic Mysterio can barely fucking do a goddamn thing in the ring. This match is like in 2K when you have the interference bonuses. That's what this match was. Running. That's all he had to do in this match was have
That's the
Roxanne,
most cardio he do, bro.
Raquel
The
Perez
motherfucker been
interfere.
like a Wendy's worker. He got
And
to do that.
that's my point. He's terrible. He's fucking garbage. Like you just said, he's
No,
fucking
he ain't.
garbage.
Dog, next year he gonna be the best wrestler in the business. Who else
No,
gonna
he
be
won't.
there?
It's been 5 years, Banks. He hasn't improved in 5 years.
Will Ocean Spray can't even fucking sit up.
Because he's had 10 fucking years of great matches.
No, it ain't. 10 years of great. What the fuck? 10
You act
years?
you act like him and Kota Ibushi haven't had great matches. Him and Okada,
Yeah, but you talking
him and
about
Kenny Omega
every.
put two classics in the
That's a
same fucking
blatant
year.
statement, Davis. You saying like he been snapping every single year.
He
He ain't had.
has. Go take it back to the beginning. PWG in Europe and all that. He's been one of the best wrestlers every fucking year. Dominic Mysterio isn't the best wrestler in his fucking household, and he'll never be.
Well, that's because his dad is 50 years old with 20 ACL
His
injuries.
dad with no knees is better than him.
That's kind of true. I mean, but that's not fair though. It's Rey Mysterio, dog. If he was 6'2", he'd be the greatest of all time. Bret Hart said he the greatest of all time.
Dominic Mysterio, he's getting by on the fact that he's easy to hate, but that's because they've given him the best lines of being Rey Mysterio's son and Eddie Guerrero's son. I know two men can make a baby, but they did. And then he
Whoa,
has this,
science.
and then he has this stupid mustache and mullet that gets him over too, because it's like, look at this guy. He looks like he's poor white trash,
Joe Dirt.
but yeah, but somehow again, and he's Mexican, but he grew up in fucking San Diego. Like, so
That's
Benny gets to
Mexican as
claim him.
hell.
No, I'm saying he gets to claim himself as like a product of Mexico. Like, I know that's what this heel run's about, of him being the best luchador of all time, I say. But no, he's terrible. Like, the fact that he's had to go up against real luchadors shows the discrepancy between Lance Storm's fucking wrestling school. Way to go, Lance Storm, for teaching Dominic the fucking basics, because he can barely. Because when that whole Hurricane Rana spot was revealed as part of a, like, it was planned, it wasn't a botch. Regardless, he still took the worst landing for a planned botch spot that you can, and why are we planning botch spots in 2025? It's bad enough when Daniel Bryan does the after
Well, we
matches
know
to make
why,
you
bro. That his brain hurt.
think like, oh, he had another seizure. Like, that's how real this match was. Daniel Bryan might be fucked up for real. Like, no, we don't need to play these games because a man died in the ring when Rey Mysterio 619 his ass. Like, come on, like
Come
this,
on, man. You didn't have to
this
bring
shit
that up.
happened. See,
You
again,
didn't have
that's
to bring
another
that.
reason he's not the best luchador. His daddy killed a man in the ring and got away with
Hey,
it.
the real drive by.
But to bring it back, again, like this match, and to put equal blame on the GOAT, John Cena has been finished since the 2017 match of AJ Styles. After that, he could have been retired at any point, and I wouldn't have had a problem with it because those runs in 2018 and 2019 were just like, he's doing spots so he doesn't get hurt because he's filming all these movies. The 2021 run, it wasn't really much of a run because he was trying to do the match with Roman, finally establish him as the top heel in the business. And I didn't watch, obviously, most of the last year and a half, so I can't speak on how he's looked as his heel Cena. But the first match him and Dom had wasn't that impressive either. And I'm glad he's finally wrapping it up, going home. Again, he's Hollywood's calling. But that's all this match
Do you
was.
think
Was
it's any validity to my opinion? If the old man was there, he'll just go part time,
no,
like
because
once a year.
like I said earlier, the reason Vince basically never turned him heel was because this is my cash cow. I had 2 cash cows leave me before, and he didn't really. It took trading water for a couple years. So when Hogan left, it was that Bruce Pritchard stupid gimmick, colorful cartoon era before Shawn Michaels, Stone Cold, Bret Hart, and The Undertaker turned it into Attitude with Kane and Triple H and all of that. And then once Austin left, Attitude was done. It was treading water with the first 2.5 years of Ruthless Aggression until Cena became that guy over Batista in 05. And since then, Vince has been scared to let Cena go, which is why 2015, when they were trying to put Roman as the top guy, he still didn't want to let Cena go because that's when Hollywood was really starting to get back into like, hey, this guy's kind of got some talent here. Let's see what he can do. But he was still committed to the wrestling. And at the end of the day, Vince is still going to give him the opportunity to be the top guy when he wants him to, which is why that whole run with the first match, when they put Roman and John Cena on at the No Mercy pay-per-view, and the whole buildup was, I'm still here because you can't do your job, was factual because Vince McMahon is telling this guy, like, no, I need you, pal. I need you. Like, this guy isn't ready. No one else is ready after him. What am I going to do?
Also, I think I told Amp this. I told Dot this, and I think we were in agreement. Dude, y'all can say, whoever can say whatever about Jey Uso. If the old man was there, Jey Uso still be champ because of what Davis just said. That merch, bro. That's all Vince care about is the bread. He don't care about nobody opinion. He just want his money.
But the Jey Uso thing, just like the Dom thing, they don't. But WWE doesn't care if you have the skills in the ring or not. It's been that way since the inception. But to counteract that is, you can be over without being the champion. That's the Vince McMahon logic that he sold a lot of people. He sold it to The Undertaker for 35 years. You can be over without being the champion. You can be over without being the champion. And Mark Calloway got fucking whoa, okay, boss, I heard you. I don't need to be the champion. That's right, Mark. That's right. Yes.
But it's something
And then
to Taker not having a title that it makes sense just because it's a presence.
you see they allowed Jey Uso to get in the middle of the match, to get on top of the cage and ghost ride the ring. Like,
that really happened.
match,
I was tweaking.
like the match isn't going on. Like, you're doing the fucking celebration spot in the middle of the match. Like I said, he already has his Power Rangers offense with the and the fucking kicks and all that. I'm like, am I watching a Saturday morning television? Because he's just like,
Dog, he wrestled like hung. He wrestled like Hong Kong Fooey.
And like you said, big Jim Uso comes in because
He's
who's
fat.
pregnant? Who's pregnant in that household? Him or his wife?
The bottle of Crown Royal they keep in the cabinet.
Because they said that Bradley Beal gained weight when his wife got pregnant. Maybe Jim Uso is doing the same thing.
No, that fat bastard's been
Not
gaining
so
weight for
slim
about
Jim
2 years
Uso.
now. Hey, dog, brown liquor got a lot of sugar in it. Zell, this is more than 15 minutes.
That's why
Let
it
us
has the
land.
asterisk on it.
Let us land. Let us land, bro. Hey,
And
don't drink
then,
brown liquor, kids, because
but
that's
like you
what
said,
it'll
Braun
do.
Breaker shows up, and Braun Breaker, he really is the second coming of Goldberg, because he gets in that ring and he walks around
Who?
like, shit, what am I supposed to do? Like,
Dog, his
who?
pinky got more intelligence than that bald headed bastard.
No, because Braun Breaker does like he always does like the what's my next spot? What's my next spot? Like he can't comprehend. Like I want to know how. No wonder the NFL didn't call come in. I mean, come calling because him in a playbook that must have been a fucking battle royale. I gotta
He
do what,
said
coach?
somebody I think he said in the interviews, he said, I gotta wrestle. Yeah, motherfucker, that's your job. But that's what I'm saying. Like, I like him, but it's kind of like, here we go. Spot. Like, you know how I use the term, the old term spot monkey, right? That's super evident with him. Spear,
Yeah,
gorilla press, hit the ropes,
clothesline.
bark. I'm like, bro, hey, yeah, you nothing like your pops and your uncle, bro. The Steiners, that's a real tag team, brother.
And like you said, they had to bleed because they had to show up AEW for bleeding in every match last week, according to you. And who were the ones who bled? CM Punk,
Punk.
Cody Cody Rhodes, Mister. My daddy bled in the war games. I gotta honor his heritage. Damn it, my
But look, that's the other thing too. It's Mr. Me Too. It's like, bro, y'all booking shows the same weekend as AEW. Why? And then the bleeding thing, like, come on, bro. I can't always be conspiracy theory. Some things that seem like the conspiracy are actual things. Like, bruh, it's Mr. Me Too with H. And it's like, if they not your competition, why you shook by them? Like, am I tripping people? Like, if somebody
they're
is,
not. They're not scared by that. We talked about this last week. Like I said, they won't eclipse their gate receipts, their television ratings, none of that. So what it is it's not really competition by running shows on the same weekends as them. It's just fucking with someone because you
ego.
can fuck with them.
Yeah,
Yeah, because you know
it's
at the
bullying
end of
them.
the day they can't. They're not going to fight back in a fair way. At the same time, they enjoy being the bully because that's all they've been since the company went from the WWWF to what it is
Mm-hmm.
now.
With Vince Sr.,
And then Brock Lesnar comes in,
it ain't the
does his
same,
shit,
brother.
and then the match is over when the as we discussed the Masked Man, and we skipped over the Nikki Bella Stephanie McCurry match. I'm not talking about Nikki Bella having a match in
You want to talk
2025.
about that?
No, because I didn't watch it.
I watched it on mute.
Anyway, that was War Games. It's
Hold
the
on.
first
Can I
pay per
talk
view.
about Lesnar real quick before we get up out of
Hang on, it
here?
was the first pay per view I have watched in
You
well
picked the
over a year
wrong
and a
one.
half.
You picked the wrong one.
Well, I was gonna say like at least it was 4 matches, but I'm like if you paid $400 for a fucking ticket and those were your 4 matches, none of those matches were worth $100 a match. I said in
Hey,
the chat like these tickets are the new scamming because to pay more than $200 for any seat in that building to witness that, you got robbed. Like, come on.
so I got a TikTok video of a guy spent $900 and he had to look at a screen. I'm not joking. He was at the event. It was a barricade between the ring and where he was, and he said he paid $900. Big ass bottle of Arizona.
Not me though.
Can I talk about Lesnar before we get up out of here?
Yeah, go ahead.
Play the outstanding music, people. Outstanding. It's over, bro. It don't even look this. He don't even look scary no more. I mean, be it that if you see him in person, like I have, scary motherfucker, but he, it's like, dog, this ain't no. You don't move me no more. Like, yeah, because the suplexes don't even look crispy no more. It's just like he suplexed them Samoans, and he said, "Ah, shit, I need a steak. I need to one up my life." It just it's time for him to call it next year too, bro. Go
Yeah,
ahead. AJ about the
but
lead, Lesnar about the lead, dog. My top 10 going. I'm nothing, bro.
it's not that in terms of the era being over is going to signify a real change. The product's bad because the product's bad, and it can be a number of reasons. The guy in charge. I mean, I saw a clip, and I can't believe if he said this on the actual ESPN pregame or postgame, that just shows you the business in the shitter for real. When Triple H said the lobbying backstage, the politics, like you're stop breaking the fourth wall about why your show sucks. Then, yeah, again,
Thank
like I
you.
said, when the showrunners have to go out and confront the backlash to storylines and real TV shows, why'd you kill so and so? Why did that like? And they always like my issue with James Gunn. This whole entire DCU run is he's so quick to he wants to fight back because he knows shit can piss people off, and he's too scared to piss people off unless it's in the way he wants you to be pissed off. But when you make a stupid ass decision, like half of Peacemaker season 2 is he wants to be like, well, you just don't get it then, or and that's what and Triple H right now is trying to say. Hey, I got it. Try telling Brock Lesnar no. Try telling Drew McIntyre no. Try telling Roman Reigns no. Try
The old man would have said it without hesitation.
exactly, except to Brock Lesnar. That's the only one who
No,
he
he
would
did.
say.
Remember, he threw that title at him. He still got up with him. Hey, asshole.
That was after the match, though. Triple
But
H
he
is
still
saying
got up
this
out that
before
seat.
the show starts, of like, hey, which is basically like, it's like how when like the actors can't say much about a movie when they're promoting it, like, yeah, filming the movie, yeah, like because they know it's a shitty movie because they saw the
Oh, they
rough
did that
cuts
with
of it,
Madam
like
Web.
exactly. Dakota Johnson was like, the experience was fun.
That
It's
paycheck was good, but
I got to cross one of these movies off my list. I'm happy about that. Yeah, like,
but to be fair, bruh, if you just put your hand on Triple H's shoulder, his blood pressure might go up, bruh.
and I told you they have the promos of him in the headset on Instagram. They show him Triple H just enter the arena. Like, I should care that the Booker is entering the arena. Imagine if the NFL was like, Roger Goodell has shown up to the Super Bowl.
Boo! That's all you hear.
Yeah,
Boo!
David Stern has risen from the grave to show up
Oh
at
no,
the
I'll stand up
NBA.
and applaud, dog. You'll see me with one Indian tear, bruh.
Give me the
David Stern.
fucking mic.
Hey, bruh. If David Stern come back, Freddie Mercury, Michael Jackson, the Prince, dog, I might shed a thug tear just for
What
one
about
night only.
Tupac? Hmm.
Yeah, but the four
What
names
if
I
the
said,
halftime of the Super Bowl? What if the halftime of the Super Bowl this year wasn't Bad Bunny? It was Tupac 30 years later. Yeah, so what, he'd be 55?
yeah,
56?
something like that.
He died
I, I
he died a year after my birth. But he died in his mid-20s. Yeah. But imagine if Tupac was the Super Bowl halftime performer all these years later and he still looked the exact same.
that's called a clone at that point. I can't say on air too what my uncle said about Tupac last week. I gotta tell you off air.
but no, I mean, War Games, it was what it was. The whole week, everyone's like, I'm not expecting this to be a good show because it seemed like they just crammed these matches good. Yeah, that's always been the case.
I'm about to say,
There's
don't
only
they do
been
that
one
every day?
there's only been one show in the history of WWE in the last 10 years where shit was randomly thrown on and it worked. And ironically, it was called Great Balls of Fire. How the hell they pulled that off? But they did. It didn't make sense, but it worked. I don't know how. That match, I mean, that they had Roman and Braun in one of their great matches that they've had. Samoa Joe, Brock Lesnar. Even the fucking Dean Miz match was good.
Yeah,
And that might have had either the first or second Bray Wyatt Finn Balor match, or was it Finn Balor? I mean, I'm Seth Rollins, Bray Wyatt, but either way, that card had some matches, surprisingly.
hey, you see what the title is based on. That's probably Vince, one of his favorite artists ever.
Yeah, we know he likes problematic Southern artists and comedy and all that like that.
Well, they always problematic. Just pick one for back in the day that wasn't. Chuck Berry, huh? Do I got to keep going? James Brown, oh shit. Hey, bitch, make the food. Ooh. Hey.
And the irony is, like I said earlier, we're not going to have resolution about the Masked Man tomorrow. They're going to drag this shit out because they're going to need those ratings for the next couple of weeks. Because what else are you going to tune in for? They have nothing except John Cena's farewell run, and they've been milking the shit out of that for a year and a half. Like they
I
have
promise
nothing
y'all,
else.
he don't care either. You could tell. He like, man, just get this shit over with. Last night, he
Yeah,
just looked like, I'm cool, bruh.
he doesn't want to wrestle. His body's shot.
He walked, bruh. Legit, that man walked upright. Like, not even upright, downright. His body looked like a cheat code from GTA San Andreas.
But hey, this is what y'all want. This is what
Who
y'all
is
pay.
y'all? People that on this podcast actually, got some sense.
The fans, this is what they want.
The fans don't know what the fuck they want, dog.
That's my point.
That's why they do whatever. Hey, look, again, I keep hating that I keep caping for the old man, but fuck it.
No, no,
I
no,
don't
no, no. All
give
right, next segment. Next segment. No, 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 no. Okay, which one
free
do
the
you want?
guys.
You know what? Speaking of someone related to the old man, this week they said Donald Trump is the reason Rush Hour 4 is being put. Oh, now this fucking shit wants to work. Oh my! Are you
But
seeing the screen now?
no, I don't see it.
Oh, I was gonna say like
It brought up Nathan
this.
Frazier.
Yeah, I wanted to show Nathan Frazier finally. Like,
Show Chris Tucker and show Jackie Chan. Them, because when was that video that they keep showing? They spamming. That was like a couple years ago, though, right? When Chris Tucker pulled up on Jackie Chan.
it had to have been a couple. It probably was one of those post-pandemic things. Yeah,
Okay, so they've been talking about this movie since the third one because obviously people love the franchise.
it's
But
almost at a billion with 3 movies.
really, I didn't even know it was that high.
Yeah, that. Let me pull up the Deadline article. I think they said they're
That's
at 800
crazy.
at 800 million.
I did not expect that number. I was thinking like 3 to 4, almost 800 billion. I mean, 800 million is crazy, but I mean, it is one of the. I didn't like the third one.
Yep, 850 million at the global box office.
I did not expect that. That's extremely good for a buddy cop movie, buddy cop comedy. But I mean, Rush Hour 2 is quoted damn near every week. I see some type of quote. If it ain't from Eve, somebody quoting that shit.
I
And
think it's
then
one of
because
the
I'm in my
internet's
Jeezys,
favorite movies. Yeah,
I'm in my Jeezy era. You keep on saying like I'm moving like Chris Tucker at the beginning of Rush Hour 2.
but so here's the Deadline article, and this is a real like this isn't from the Onion. It's still on Deadline.com. We've confirmed with sources that Paramount is releasing the next Rush Hour sequel from Brett Ratner. So the reason this movie hasn't been made since 2018 is because Brett Ratner was one of the huge,
Mm-hmm.
well, literally huge men taken down in the Me Too movement. Him, Louis C.K., a number of other people, were
Aziz, sorry, but thank God they shouldn't be
yes,
executing him.
yep,
Oh shit, I can't
yeah.
say that.
Uh,
Even if he didn't, even if he did do it, just get rid of him, bro.
no, his was coercion in a way that he was guilty of trying basically forcing the woman,
What
and it
the
was
fuck?
a weird.
She 5'1", 120 pounds. She the same weight
We're not
and
gonna
height
no
as
no no no
him.
no. I'm steering us back. I'm sorry. So from Brett Ratner, the studio is distributing on behalf of Warner Brothers for a double-digit percent distribution fee. Intriguing deal at an intriguing time, given that David Ellison owned Paramount, is one of the bidders for Warner Brothers Discovery. That's why it's seeing like what's going on. Paramount wants to release Rush Hour. It's a WB property. David Ellison just bought Paramount. Now he wants to merge Paramount with WB because they're looking for a buyer. That's the only way it makes sense because this Warner Brother Discovery regime has been in the shitter like WWE because David Zaslav is the Triple H of his company, running it into the fucking ground.
X is up.
Arguably, the studio's first team up since Ellison took over, and follows a moment where, Netflix and Comcast were also suitors uh, for Warner Brothers Discovery, which Warner's being sold to Netflix kills AEW because
Yeah.
the relationship with WWE
Yeah.
would cancel the AEW contract. Comcast, tricky. USA still airs SmackDown, and they still have WWE's library, but they're running these Xfinity ads with WWE wrestlers, so they still want to be in bed with WWE for the time being. They don't care whether or not SmackDown is a big ratings draw because it's on USA instead of NBC, so they can afford to let that be what it is at this point. But I bet they're more scared of losing WWE's archive on Peacock, which is probably how they have a big number of their base percentage of subscribers, to either Netflix, but Netflix has their weird fucked up version of WWE archives now since it's been on their app for the last year and a half, for the last year.
This is why Daily Motion is y'all friend.
Apparently, a number of studios passed on releasing a new Rush Hour, including Warner Brothers' owned New Line, the architect behind the Jackie Chan Chris Tucker franchise that blasted Brett Ratner's directing career out of the cannon, spawning the trilogy that grossed over $850 million at the global box office. The first Rush Hour movie was in 1998, the second in 2001, and the third in 2007. Tucker and Chan are reportedly back for part 4. Ratner was accused of sexual assault by a woman sued for defamation, and he was part of that Rat Pack producing company that Warner Discovery was using a lot in the mid 2010s. I think they produced like The Revenant and a few other things. Rat Pack doing entertainment. I think he was partners with James Packer, who was the man that Mariah Carey was dating after Nick Cannon, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, she know how to pick them, huh? She's with Tommy
And
Mottola.
here's where it is. Ratner, a linchpin in the Warner Brothers financing entity Rat Pack, which funded a portion of several Slate's titles, recently directed a documentary about First Lady Melania Trump for Amazon MGM Studios that will hit theaters January 30th. Brett Ratner directed.
Wait.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. Ratner,
yeah,
a linchpin in Warner Brothers financing entity Rat Pack, which funded a portion of several Slate titles, recently directed a documentary about the First Lady Melania Trump for Amazon MGM Studios that will hit theaters January 30th.
So you
on Sunday, Semaphore, citing a person familiar with the conversations, reported that Donald Trump pressed the Ellisons to revive the Rush Hour franchise. How could this be? It was reported in August 2024 that Rush Hour 4, with Ratner as attached as director and producer, was being shopped around. New Line allowed it to be licensed elsewhere, with Tarak Ben Ammar retaining rights to make the fourth quote under his Eagle Pictures label. I've never heard. Oh, one of Italy's biggest production distributors. That overseas money, but not the other kind of overseas money. Ammar connected with Arthur Sarkeesian, the original producer of the Rush Hour movies. It's a big deal to bring the series back to theaters. Many yearn to see the return of the. Yeah, okay. But so that's their way of saying Donald Trump is connected to this because Brett Ratner is making this movie about Melania. So as he's filming, he's like,
you can't just keep going past that. You gotta talk. You gotta say that one more time for the audience.
Brett, I love Rush Hour. I want you to make a new one. The racism in that movie, it's hilarious. That's what America needs. More racism, more Asian racism. And that guy you have, that Chris Tucker, he makes me laugh.
Davis, I like the Jackie Chan, the Chinese. Very funny guy indeed. The Chris Tucker, kind of loud guy, but I like the place.
All this makes sense because Trump, Epstein, Brett Ratner, he's been known to associate with gross men who do gross ass shit. So it's not surprising that he allows Brett Ratner to be around his wife. Like he gives a fuck about the bitch anyway to make this movie about her.
But that's what I'm saying. You went past that twice, and I was trying to go back to that, but I'll
A
let you finish
documentary
your
about
point.
Melania Trump. Like, what's the point of
You
it?
forgetting the no. You're forgetting the key point. In theaters, what type of motherfucking
Okay.
government do we live? Jurisdiction do we live under? You gonna let the fucking first lady get a documentary in the theaters? Motherfucking I was about to say a different name. Michelle Obama got a goddamn didn't get no documentary. The great Viola Davis played her.
And that, yeah, whack ass Showtime show, yeah.
Why the
Um,
fuck is you giving this Russian broad a motherfucking documentary in theater?
you just answered your question.
Who gonna sit through that shit? That shit better be
No
30
one.
minutes.
That's the point. It's like how
What's her backstory? You know her backstory? Please, somebody
fuck
tell me her
no, of
backstory.
course not.
Okay,
She in Mother Russia,
she was
gun
home.
shoot you. Yeah, the typical shit. I bet she was mo- uh, modeling at 14, married at 17, and
Uh,
then boom.
14 and a half married. Because that's what they
But
do in
yeah,
Eastern Europe.
it's just crazy that he's telling David Ellison like, "Hey, make the fourth Rush Hour," and David Ellison's like, "Okay, yeah."
Wait, but my thing is, does Chris Tucker and Jackie Chan know? And if they know how much, they probably saying
They
she.
know when they'll get $200 million checks. They'll know.
But then this the thing with Chris Tucker, it's gonna make you look contradictory.
Okay, that's what I really wanted to ask you about. So Chris Tucker's whole career, post the third Rush Hour, he's been in a few. He was in Silver Linings Playbook. He was in a movie that is leads to our next topic, Billy Lynn's Long Halftime Walk. He was in that, and I think he might have had one or two Netflix stand-up specials.
I know
But
he had one, and it was pretty funny, and he was cussing like a motherfucker. I was confused.
well, as I say, like, so wasn't he one of these people I hate, which is fake reformed? You know, the Lord saved me and my
Hey
sinning
man, leave
ways
Shawn
type of
Michaels
shit.
alone. Bret Hart already said he sucked his
Anyone, I
dick.
can name real people too if you want. But
Hey, hey
yeah.
man, shuts up.
But yeah,
Yeah.
like because this is famously why the long digesting Friday sequel never Friday sequel was smoky, I should say. No disrespect to
Mm,
Mike Epps and the why that sequel never took place is it seemed like Chris Tucker was the one,
yeah.
saying like, no, I'm good, no, I'm good, no, I'm good.
By the way,
And
they're
it,
writing it now, finally, after
but
25 years.
but as we just talked about on Tangents last week, like these long delayed sequels was a thing of the 2010s. Like Rush Hour kind of had its time, could have had its time then. But I did when I said that Top Gun 2, don't forget it was basically supposed to come out in 2020.
Mm,
We documented this on the show the whole time. Is now released in 2022 instead. But it was part of that era in the 2010s when all these projects were being greenlit. And I think at the time this was one that was always kind of in the like on the rumored to be announced slate was Rush Hour 4. It was just like, and that's when Jackie Chan was doing kind of exclusively movies in China or like movies that you had no idea were coming out. Like he did one with not Billy Bob, Billy Ray Cyrus was in one. He did another one where like
Wait,
he
Eddie
was,
Breaky Hart was in a movie with him?
yeah, yeah.
Where was
I
I?
think, yeah. And he did, and then don't forget, he did the Saudi funded movie with John Cena that was filmed a decade ago and it
That
was
we
only
talked
released
about.
two, and it was only released 2 years ago. Um, yeah. So
You
Chris
wanted to
Tucker,
talk
yeah.
about the
Why?
plot?
Well, how much just in taxes does Chris Tucker owe still? Like,
Dog, he's still on tax. He gotta get out the country. Come on, man. It's been 20 years, dog.
I
I'd
only
rather go
say
to
like the
jail.
reason it makes sense to finally do is because like obviously these gigs since 2007 haven't been panning out. Like I mentioned, like he hasn't been in a lot of shit, and it's not like Chris Tucker couldn't have just took like an easy role on an NBC sitcom and been fine. Like if he wanted to keep his wholesome act up, like he could have just been, excuse
Yeah.
me, some comedic relief type of character where he showed up 2 3 times an episode and dipped. Like he could have been the neighbor in fucking Home Improvement, sitting over the fence. what you doing over there? Like,
Or that
like,
show was Cedric the Entertainer. He could have been in that.
yeah, he could have been in anything, but does he tour regularly? Like, is was he doing what Chappelle was doing post the Chappelle show, just like being a working comic and then starting to get
Yeah.
back into the limelight? Okay.
All I do when he's on social media, all I do is see him drive around, going to church in his Ferrari,
See, like
golfing,
what
listening to Michael
already?
Jackson.
Like, I mean,
But my thing is, so
seems
this is what it's going to come down to. If he does this movie, people going to be like, because it was a name in the book, that playbook with the people that's cool with Trump. It was a name in 2020. I ain't forget that name. And
you
yeah,
talk about the list.
yeah, apparently he was on there. That was 2020. All right, so I'm gonna say this. If he does this, people gonna be like, hold on. But if
I
he
think
also does
that he
this,
was on that list. I mean, on those flights to be comedic relief. I don't think he was partaking. I think I'm not defending the man again. You can't just defend someone outright, but it would make sense if he was there
how
to
you
like
get cool with them to get on the flight though? And where you
based
going?
off
You
based. No, I'm
telling
saying
jokes on the island
based
of
off
Dr.
Trump
Moreau?
order. Yeah, based off Trump ordering this, they have to be cool. I mean, he probably like Chris. Anytime you stay at the Trump Plaza, it's on me. Don't worry about it. You know,
But also too, this the main thing people gonna look at him sideways about. That should be number one. But the main thing is, oh, so you gonna do this movie, but you ain't gonna
yeah,
do Rush Hour. You ain't gonna do Last Friday.
yeah. And
That's what.
first of all, you can't say that based on Ice Cube's politics.
What's his politics?
Well, he was kind of he didn't hold Snoop and them to the fire when they were performing. I think he would have gone if they had asked him. Ice Cube's just about getting the bag as much as Snoop Dogg is.
But at the same time, he not holding himself out like Snoop.
He did that War of the Worlds remake that everyone laughed at. I think he whores himself out.
I well, in a way, okay. So I think we're messing up on what we said
Probably
when
in
we
a more
agrees.
all right. I'll say he probably
He
whores
ain't a
himself
two
out
dollar
in a
hooker.
he
Let's just
probably
say
holds
that.
himself out in a working capacity, whereas Snoop Dogg will just do anything, which was my point that that's how corporations like to use Snoop Dogg as the token black man to
Well,
use to sell your
Tupac told
product.
people this 20 some years ago, and they just said, huh. Dash keep telling people the great Marion White, Suge Knight keep telling people this. And everybody like, huh. He keep talking about him and Drake, but I digress. But no,
Do
I
you
get what you mean.
think? And I saw like apparently Snoop Dogg felt heartbroken that Sally Richardson
It's a
was
lie.
with. Like, what chance did you have? Like, it's Tupac. Like,
He's a fucking liar. He's been known to be a liar. His own flesh and blood, his cousin, first cousin, Daz keeps saying he's a liar. Everybody's been saying for years he's a liar. He's a fucking liar. I told people years ago, just like Triple H, Snoop and Triple H are some lying
well,
motherfuckers.
why do you think he always works with them, huh?
The only thing is one is 230 pounds now because he off the juice, and the other one is 120 pounds and got CT from smoking weed. All right, they both of them those motherfuckers are habitual line stepper liars. The
Right, but to bring it back, like I said, will people look at Chris Tucker a certain way?
yes,
Yes, no, and here's why: because our society is built around the internet, and the internet is about two things: being real and getting the bag.
wait, you
So,
said the internet is real? Getting
no, I'm saying our society is run by the internet, and the internet only cares about two things: whether you're real, in terms of whether you stand by
do
shit.
they?
Which,
Does the
yeah,
internet
so
care
then,
if you
so
real?
then when you don't, they can hold you to the fire
Okay,
after. And then the second is getting the bag. So Chris Tucker's
I
going to
ain't
do
do
one of
that.
those things and get shit on for not doing the second. If Chris Tucker turns down the movie, people are going to get mad. You idiot! You gave up 200 easy million. When all you had to do is just make a stupid fucking movie.
My
But if
thing
he does it,
is,
it's he's a sellout. He was never for the cult. All that same shit we hear time and time again when people do the same fucking thing. I
They
think,
said they said we ain't for the culture.
but my point is, white people do this shit all the time. Chris Tucker should get his pass. I'm not happy he's getting his pass courtesy of the man in the White House, but still, at the end of the day, that's the real equality is getting
I
the
think he
same
should do both.
opportunities.
Why not? If you want to, why not just do both? If you want to appease people, you win with the rush or the last Friday.
He
If you
won't.
want to get paid
There's
too, do
something
that.
about him that doesn't want to do that movie. Whether it's were there ever rumors of him and Ice Cube having a falling out, or is it
No,
strictly
he just
just that
said the
type of
money.
material?
He said the money because they
That's what,
barely
like,
got paid. But now I'm like, dog, I think they got the budget
at
for you.
any point post 2001, post the second Rush Hour, they could have given him any type of deal based off the fact that, again, these movies, and maybe it's a thing where like Ice Cube is the one saying like, no, fuck that, he doesn't get any. You're not giving him 10 million and giving me six. Maybe that's the case at the end of the day because a studio knows damn well like if Ice Cube's gonna have approval of who gets what because he's a producer as well, then he's not going to sign off on Chris Tucker getting paid 10 million more than him. And maybe that's why those movies will never see the light of day versus him and Jackie Chan. All they got to do is just sign on the dotted line. Because as I said, like Jackie Chan will just do any type of movie these days because he
He's
just
greedy.
wants to. We're all greedy.
No,
That's
but
the
he greedy as
world.
hell. He said he ain't leaving his shit no bread. Like, damn, dog, you almost
When
up
it
out of here.
when it comes to stuff like that, I understand where they come from in terms of like, look, I had it hard. I need something of myself. You're my offspring. You've had a good life up until the point where now you should fend for yourself. You can't just live off me forever. I can respect that of like, hey, you had the childhood I didn't have, and that's what I want for you. But now as an adult, you're not going to live this pampered life off my money. Go make
But he
your
don't
own
know how to
money.
hustle. But he don't know how to hustle because you
Well, that's
pampered
where
him
parents
his
have to
entire
find
life.
a. That's the way. That's why you have to start, mixing it in and out.
I like the nasty burgers. Yeah. Let me say this. I think I got the plot already. Before we get off the topic,
They
I
go to
got
the
the
White
plot
House.
already. No, they go back in time and stop COVID from happening because it come from China.
Oh my god. Okay. They're
That's what
probably gonna
Trump gonna say.
have.
I bet you that's gonna
They're
be the
no. I'm saying
plot.
that they're gonna have 20 jokes. They would have 20 jokes of that. Uh, you can't even make a movie about them being police anymore since cops are the enemy. I mean,
Yes, you can because the dude that's in the White House. Because the big orange being in the White House, you definitely could be like, see, cops are actually good. They're good people. Just like these two, look at my minorities. They're good people. They're good cops.
and
I'm not
Rush
gonna
Hour
even try to think of the plot because just go to LA and just do whatever.
no, they're gonna go to China and they're gonna because like you said, they're gonna make hay out of that. Or they're not really gonna. They're gonna film it elsewhere because again, China doesn't let no one in to film movies anymore.
They don't let people in at all
Well,
to
that
do
too. But
anything.
do you want to talk about Vin Diesel now or Eddie Murphy now? I'll let you pick.
Uh, let's talk about greatness and then a fraud. So let's start with Eddie Murphy.
All right. We briefly talked. Well, I know you talked about this the other day. We briefly talked about it on the episode with Amp. I hadn't seen the doc yet, but he had said he was surprised that there wasn't as much Charlie Murphy stuff. After watching it, I think there actually is a pretty good amount of Charlie Murphy stuff in it. I think you can tell it's hard for him to talk about Charlie
Bingo.
because
Yeah.
every time something Charlie related is brought up, he kind of,
Yeah.
I think he stops himself from being choked up just because you can tell they were that close. I didn't know that Charlie Murphy wrote Vampire in Brooklyn with him. Like,
Masterpiece.
well, I was going to say that was one of my favorite lines was him being self-deprecating about some of his flops. He's like, next thing you know, you got vampire fangs and you're biting Angela Bassett on the neck, wondering how did I get here? Like, um, I've never seen. Oh yeah, a lot of us would like to do that. You think
I gotta
Cardi
do the
B
whole
Vance?
fucking show.
You think Cardi B Vance is like, wait a goddamn minute?
Man, lose your glasses, then come find somebody.
um, that's what I really enjoyed about the doc was those moments of just him talking to the camera about stuff that he knows people
Him flexing. That
no
should have been
that
your best
people
part.
wanted to make fun of him for, like the great moment when, and they also split it between him talking and great film critic Elvis Mitchell talking about the leather suits in Beverly Hills Cop, the first one, and his meta commentary on laughing at himself. Was he? And then he says, "No, it wasn't that. He was making a funny face. That's what I was laughing at." Which I'm not going to say the man was lying when he's dispelling this rumor, but that's kind of what it seems like. That's not for him to interpret. That's for the audience or the art, the critics of art to interpret. So he just wanted to say, like, I know y'all, because he was still wearing the leather suit in Delirious. Like, it didn't dispel him laughing at himself for wearing leather suits. Didn't stop him from still wearing leather suits. So that's why I do believe him in that honesty of it. But those moments where he's just talking about the KKK guy being like, that Eddie Murphy, he's funny. I hate blacks, but I like him. He's funny. Like, those moments are, I think, the best parts of the doc. Um, and overall, you really have to think of, like, yeah, this guy had probably one of the best 40-year careers, even though it had a lot of, like, negatives. Or not negatives, I'd say, because they do skip over the flops a little bit with, like, Pluto Nash. He commentates on Meet Dave and, like, I played a rocket ship. Don't ever play a rocket ship. Like, that was funny. Like that, like, that's something like him just being like, yeah, I know I kind of made some shit, you know. I'm not the first to do it, but I'm not the last, you know.
But also they miss a gem or so. They ain't talk about the Golden Child. They didn't talk
Yeah.
about Daddy Daycare.
Well, that was the, I think they try to skip over he was making a lot of movies for kids because he had a lot of kids, obviously. They skip over the only thing he had to say about Shrek, which is probably his most successful movies to date, is he was just like filming those movies. I mean, filming those takes in the recording booth. I would just get the biggest headache. He was like
Hmm.
basically saying, like, I hate making those movies, but the check's too good to not make them.
Yeah. When you got two kids that's under 10 years old, yeah, he gonna be Shrek, Shrek, Shrek. He about to be all that in the new movie.
And I think at the end of the day, you really just see, like, he kind of felt like, yeah, that Oscar did slip past him because he
Look,
acknowledges he thinks what he said in the 80s hurt his Oscar chances, but, like, no, he admits, like, having Norbit come out as the Oscars is going on, yeah, that probably fucked it up. But
real quick, Chloe.
he wanted to make that movie.
My fault to cut you off. Chloe said something that's hilarious when he was running out of words. What was the name of that movie? 100 words or something like
I think
that.
it's 1,000 words. Yeah, a
It was
thousand or a
that
hundred
bad.
words. Yeah.
I never thought about watching. Is it that bad?
But see, at the same time, what makes him a great actor and a great star is how he moves his face, how he moves his body, what he's willing to do. He's a kind of a throwback to an older time performer, you know, the silent film era and, like, Buster Keaton and Charlie Chaplin. I think
Him and Jim Carrey.
exactly how you can manipulate yourself. I think what makes him more successful than Jim Carrey is I think he never really wanted to go full serious like Jim Carrey wanted to. At the end of the day, Eddie Murphy knew, like, I'm a funny motherfucker. I'll make you laugh and make you laugh and make you laugh. But I can show you I can act and I can be good looking and I can be serious and do all of that.
Jimmy got soul. Jimmy got soul. Jimmy, bro. That's one of my favorite scenes in movie history. Jimmy want more. Jimmy got more. Jimmy what? Jimmy want. Jimmy want more.
But overall, I do think, yeah, there's kind of like they did try to focus on his family for a little bit, but then we're like, he's
Stop
got a
touching his
family,
oldest
okay?
daughters.
Uh, and then they were trying to
Don't say
focus
nothing,
on,
Davis.
and then they were trying to focus on kind of the second run. I think it ends well with the SNL return and that footage of what it was like for him that week. Um, but
You like the
overall,
James
yeah,
Brown story? He's told that countless times and it's still hilarious.
it's a good story.
He said, but I didn't know the part until he
bury him,
said it on
bury him.
there. He said, I didn't know he was on PCP when he was telling me that.
Yeah, but that's he had all these great moments in every decade, whether it was as a voice, as a real actor, as a comedic actor, as a serious actor. And what this doc does try to show you, like, it necessarily wasn't hard because it also doesn't seem like this guy had a hard life being famous either. Like you said, like I didn't drink, I didn't smoke. It seems like I didn't snort cocaine. I didn't snort cocaine. It seems like he smokes weed now because in some of those interviews he seems kind of like calm, relaxed, and then he has a lighter in his hand in one of the times when the camera's straight up facing him and talking to him.
Hey, brother, we ain't no
No, I don't mean
drug.
that in I don't mean that in a negative way. I just mean like you can see kind of now, like now is his. But they also say like at that time he was always kind of a relaxed guy. But I think it was kind of crazy that he was filming himself with the party all the time, views and all that. I'm like, I get you had the chance to make like a real song and it charted. Like that song's terrible. It's
But also
terrible.
too, I think he trained himself to play guitar. He was ripping on a bass
Yeah,
guitar.
I had no idea he was playing guitar and making music with Snoop Lion. When they showed that clip, I'm like, what the fuck is going?
Yeah, speaking of horrible
When was
patois,
this?
I
Yeah,
remember that. But I didn't know he was actually like a guitarist though.
yeah.
Some of
Um.
some of them notes was flat, but
Ah, come on, Chloe. Come on. No, it's
Party
horrible.
Out Time is a
Party of
masterpiece,
the
bro.
time, party of
Cause it's
the time.
you know what put it over? Because
And
everybody
then
thought it
what's
was
the
a
Michael Jackson
parody.
one when they're in the clouds or whatever?
What's up? What's up? What's up with you? I love that song, dude.
um.
I love this
Oh, I thought him
song.
talking about his OCD was hilarious, where he realized he had OCD after years of it as a kid, and then he made himself stop because he was like, "Ain't nothing wrong with me. I'm fine over here. Like, I'm all good."
Dog,
I thought that was he trained himself to not be OCD.
I tried. I said, "Oh, he's just like me, dog. I got it bad. I didn't realize this until last month. I had OCD."
Yeah, and we all, like I said about being on the spectrum. I think we all do. We all have like ticks or things that we have to do or just way
Did
we
you just
operate
call
in a
me the
day.
R word? Speaking of which, Vin
Anyway,
Diesel.
no. I was gonna say, when it comes to these type of dogs, I didn't watch the Sliced Alone one. I didn't watch the Arnold Schwarzenegger one.
You didn't
But
watch the
this
slime one? It was
no
boring as
even
shit.
well, I think that's the thing about Sly's career. Sly's career is really just Rocky, Rambo, and a bunch of stuff where you're like, it was
You didn't
bad.
like
But
Cobra?
no, again, Cobra is because he passed on Beverly Hills Cop.
Damn, he was supposed to do that.
He what? And then so what he said, he basically this the script that they gave him for Beverly Hills Cop. He's like, let's do this, this, and this, and they're like, this is a good script. We're not changing it. So
Right.
then he goes. The movie Beverly Hills Cop comes out, and he feels like an idiot. So he makes the complete opposite in Cobra, and then now um, and now he
I
feels like an
believe he was
idiot.
Beverly Hills Cop. I
Well, you wouldn't
ain't
believe
know.
again, like if his name was Axel. Even Eddie Murphy playing a guy named Axel Foley is kind of ridiculous. It's one of the worst movie names of all time.
Yeah, but listen, Dave, it's the Mooly baby. What do you want from me,
Hey,
baby?
do I look like I'm from Detroit? Do I look like I'm from? Yeah. And again, this is the guy who he was told he was too Italian for The Godfather. That's what he was told.
Dog, that motherfucker look Puerto Rican. He need to stop it. Ain't shit
Now,
Italian about
now he does. He does now with
Sliced
his
alone.
tan, his tan and
He
his
always
eyebrows.
will. Do you want to get to the
No, no,
history of
no.
Italians?
Well, I mean, yeah, you got to watch True Romance when Dennis Hopper's like, you see, they came from overseas and they fucked your women. You know, you never seen True Romance?
Yeah, you about right, but
Yeah,
still, I ain't know you
that's what he
talking
says. Like
about
they took the slaves over to Italy and they fucked
Dr.
all your
Umar.
women. That's why you got that type of skin, you know. He says
I
this to
didn't
Christopher Walken.
Keeks, I didn't tell him to quote that.
But yeah, I didn't watch the Schwarzenegger one just because when it comes to like Arnold Schwarzenegger talking, he's always just like, it was very great, it was very good, it was
But see
grand.
this was
I was in Terminator, I was in Predator, I was in I was in this. But it's like, okay, Arnold, we know And then I run for governor. Yes, yes, yes,
But
yes.
see,
We know. Yes.
this how white people so slick, especially ones in Hollywood. That's why Eddie Murphy said, "Hey, I ain't laughing like that no more,"
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
because they find something to nitpick about you. Sly Stallone, the way he talk, Arnold Schwarzenegger, nigga, the way he talk. With it, he's so funny. He talks with an Austrian accent. Do you know what the fuck they was doing?
Yeah,
Huh?
his father was in the Reich, wasn't he? But
Bingo.
I
He
thought
right
that
there with them people.
I watched when it came out last year. I watched the Martha Stewart one with Keeks. That was pretty good.
Where's
Just
Martha?
because
I ain't not banging on her, but where is Martha Stewart from? Cuz
she was from the East Coast the whole time.
where?
It was either New
Connecticut?
York. It was either New York or around that area. Yeah.
Where she learn how to cook? Tell me the part of that documentary. I'm about to watch this shit.
Yeah, you should watch it. She basically says like she was learning it from her mom because again it was that time, that era, but then she was also basically self teaching
What's the
herself.
error?
She's like 73 or 74. So she
She
was
from the right
from
era. If
no,
I
no,
come
okay,
home, my
okay.
boots ain't no food, and my
No,
boots
but
is dirty. Error.
she was in the era. I'm saying like growing up, that was the era she was in. But then as she was an adult, is when she started. That was when women entered the workforce because she was saying she was making a lot of money as like
And it's been hell on earth since then.
she was making a lot of money either somewhat in stocks, which is why she was able to use that later in life.
Chloe said, Maine. Where the fuck
Yeah,
is
that's
I know
something.
where Maine is, but
It's definitely East Coast because she still lives in that region. But I'd say watch it. I'd say when it's more so well made for the type of documentary it is with its use of archive footage. It does kind of have some boring moments, but it only shows her. It doesn't do talking heads like that. How the Eddie Murphy one. I think they chose good people. Like they chose Chappelle. I thought he was good. They chose Jamie Foxx. I thought he was good. You had said Pete Davidson could have been without. I agreed. They only really included him because they've done a. That was one of the last movies that he did. Was that movie with him and
man,
Kiki
fuck
Palmer?
Pete Davidson. I'm about to
Um,
sound like Dave Chappelle in the Chappelle show. Fuck Nick Cannon. Fuck Pete Davidson. You
but
know what I said? I ain't gonna say it here,
yeah,
but you know
I
what I
know.
said.
But I do agree. Like he was just someone
Yeah.
kind of shoehorned in. Well, he said the worst thing, which is he deserved an Oscar for being donkey or whatever. So like he had one of the worst comments from like this is why we should never
No,
have
he
taken
should
this
have won
guy.
for Jimmy. For Jimmy from motherfucking bruh. He got nominated. He should have won that shit. That role is phenomenal. I
I mean,
didn't mean to hurt
really he should have
you.
won for either Coming to America when they show him play the old Jewish man in the makeup in there, and all that Eddie Murphy says all these horrible
The three
things.
plus.
He says f that and f this and all the swear I can't take it.
The three pluses. You should change the name from three barbers to three pluses. Wait a minute. If Joe Lewis, what he say, he beat Joe Lewis's ass.
And then and when they show him doing the Nutty Professor and all the
He should have
makeup he
won
had
for
to do for
that.
that, and that's what I mean. Like that's acting, but that's where the Oscars have to do a better job with
Mm.
acting with. It's a performance enhancer in a way makeup because it's allowing you to be someone else without really being them. Like that's why all the time these guys win
But wait a
for playing
minute.
someone.
What did I say about Jafar? Didn't I say he gonna probably win for best actor because of that alone?
I don't think he'll win. I don't think he'll win because we haven't seen this kid act before.
That don't mean shit, bruh. We
He still has to act in the scenes where he's not singing and dancing.
they said he act. They said it
Well,
mirrored Mike. The family said that shit. They said they were so scared because the damn nephew
look,
reminded
Rami
them of
Malek.
his uncle.
Rami Malek is a good actor, but his
Yes,
acting in that movie, along with his lip sync acting, was horrible. So that's
the
my point. Is
acting
you
was
can you
good.
my point is you can look the part. He was not good as Freddie Mercury. He was
Yes,
not.
he was. What
He
the fuck do you want
was
him to do, bruh? He's singing "I Want to Break
not
Free."
make
And
that movie. That's what I wish that movie never existed.
why
It's
not,
horrible.
bruh? You know why he had to make the movie, bruh? That was Brian Singer's last hurrah.
Yeah, that piece of shit.
Yeah,
Speaking
you
of last
see,
hurrahs,
we ain't heard from him since.
well, he was in the Me Too movement. That's my point.
Yeah, but what was he doing? Tell the people in case they don't know.
I'm good. I'm good. I'm not telling. I'm not doing it.
Hey, real quick, what's name that was in the Me Too movie? He said he fucked up. He living out of Motel Sixes,
Oh, Kevin
House of
Spacey.
Cards. Yeah, I
Yeah.
said, look at God.
First of all, I
But
don't believe that because he's always acting. Anytime my camera's on him, he's acting. He's always doing that southern drawl that you learn and it can never shake. What you mean you never seen a man like me talk this way? Huh?
I
Well,
thought he was doing 1930s. That was Southern.
he either always is in a southern drawl or that, yeah, that continental East Coast, like back in the day. See, we were movers and shakers, dancing all
Yeah,
over the
he be doing that
town.
shit.
Yeah, he
He ain't,
dances. He
bro.
does all.
He ain't broke. Now this motherfucker Davis keeps saying broke. I don't think he broke. I think he's just
Okay,
having a midlife crisis.
here's why he has to be broke. He wants to make
Bring up
sequels.
Kojak. Kojak that was shot 3 years ago.
No, it's not even filmed.
He was on. He showed himself on set. He said he was on set. I swear. Let me look for
He's
the IG.
all these on his IG. He's on set in the fucking Riddick costume. When was this? When was I? You know what? You were in the business. What do they call those? Demo
Pre-production.
reels. Yeah, test, screen test.
Yeah,
Like
but
that
that's what I'm
doesn't mean the
saying.
movie. That
I
doesn't
was
mean the
like,
movie's made. He
he
there
did a
was
fitting.
something. Yes, and he's like, "Well, making the movie, I got on a jacket." See, like he thinks that
And
means
then
the movie's
remember,
made.
me and you kept saying a year or two ago, damn, they really shooting Fast 11. He was in LA with the stunt crew and they had the cars. But I'm like, wait a minute, y'all been shooting for 2 years now.
No, that was Fast 10. That was Fast 10. Yeah.
No, Fast 11 too. I swear, go to, if you can scroll down his
I no, because Fast
CTIG.
11's no, we're in Fast 11 right now, and nothing. The
No, but he
for
said he was on set
no,
recently.
he said he parked two of his own cars and said, "Film these cars." I got. That's what his IG is funnier than The Rock's at this point. The Rock's
No,
used to make me
Tyrese.
laugh. Just no. Tyrese is like picking on a baby. You can't do that. No. He dressed up like Marvin Gaye to sing the national anthem for a movie that never was again, much like this movie's never gonna get made.
Hey,
Like
so we said the Fast series give you CTE or a mental
the
breakdown?
exhaust fumes are making me like
Dog, after 16
they're
hours
taking
of
hits off the
exhaust fumes?
nitrous for real.
Dog, they might be because everybody from there, except for Michelle Rodriguez,
No,
got
she's
some.
dumb. She's a dumb bitch too. Don't forget,
No,
like
she just eat
she.
pussy sideways. That's all she
No,
do.
she couldn't tell if she was sucking dick or eating pussy because don't forget she was fucking Zac Efron for a while.
Wait, what?
Yeah, that was in
Carrie
his
Von
era.
Erich?
That's when he was in his era of breaking his jaw doing cocaine. Yeah.
He ain't recovered since, dog. Ever since he did Baywatch from more talk like that, boy. He talk like Bobby Brown now. And he got bow ties. I'm like, dog, you only
No,
35.
his jaw reforming. He broke his jaw.
How the fuck
He,
you break your jaw
he hit it on the
without
counter.
fighting?
Probably he hit it on the counter.
Man, what? Did he
If
slip
I
on a
were
banana peel?
you slipped on something. All right, here.
Chill.
All right. So Riddick, just the Riddick, the third Chronicles of Riddick movie was released in 2013. It made 98 million. He's been trying to get this fourth one made for the last 12 years.
Yeah.
The one before that, the Chronicles of Riddick. I watched all these three movies for the first time this year. I couldn't believe how ludicrous they were. The first one's okay. It's just Flight of the Phoenix meets Alien. They're stranded in the desert. They got to get the ship working again, and there's creatures. Okay. The second one, I had said in my letterboxd, it's like they wanted to be the Phantom Menace, Lord of the Rings, and all this other medieval sci-fi. And it doesn't make, if you would watch them back to back like I did, you would think like, is this the same fucking universe? And then they have gods and superpowers, but technology. It's also biblical at this time. I was like, what the fuck's going on here?
Everybody was jumping like they was fucking Blake Griffin and '09.
He wanted to turn into the Matrix. That was the other part. I wanted to be the Matrix, Lord of the Rings, Phantom Menace.
Dog, Tandy
I'm
Newton,
like,
all of 70 pounds, had a big
she
ass
still look
dress
good though. She
on.
still look, yeah.
Yeah, she got a big ass head. She look good. That's a fine ass Martian.
Um, and then the third one, the first 30 minutes is just him alone doing voiceover, which is his dream. That's his dream life right there. It's just me on
Yeah,
screen.
it's me
No, I don't need any actors. Just me talking to myself,
about
you know.
nothing. He wasn't
The
talking
thing
about
of,
shit
he
for
was
that
like,
scene.
the thing about being on a planet like this, it sucks. And that's like his character gets like catchy
Kidnapped.
dialogue and all this. It's no, like he wants to be like Sison. Like, hey, gotta have a few lines. I gotta make people laugh. You know, I can't be serious all the time. You know, I gotta.
You know where he based himself on? You could tell.
Sly Stallone meets Arnold Schwarzenegger
I was gonna say Marlon Brando.
and Marlon Brando. Yep, correct, perfect.
Yeah, you could tell that's the trajectory he was trying to mix
Well,
up.
I would say Sly Stallone wanted to be Brando, but people are like, are you fucking nuts, kid? Like, look at you, like.
Yeah, black. You can't do that.
Okay, okay. But so that was Riddick, and then he did The Last Witch Hunter, which I also watched this year,
Why?
directed by this movie.
You could have did anything else, dog.
It's actually got some good CGI, but the movie's fucking terrible. And I
It's
wasn't
god
surprised to
awful.
find out. I wasn't surprised to find out it's written by the guys who did Gods of Egypt, which starred Gerard Butler, not Egyptian.
At all. Sweden.
They wrote
Right, Irish.
Morbius.
Yep.
They wrote Morbius. They wrote the good Power Rangers movie, the one in 2017. They were co-writers on that. That movie's all right. That movie deserved the sequel it didn't get. And I think they also wrote Madam Web, Matt Samza, and Burke Sharpless. Yep, they wrote Madam Web and Dracula Untold. Yeah, Hollywood needs to get these guys out of town, put them in Hollywood jail, do whatever you need to do. These guys are hacks.
No,
And
they probably related to somebody. That's why they able to get away with it.
The movie seems like a rejected NBC pilot. NBC had that show Grimm, where the cop hunted like trolls and goblins and all that. That's what this seems like. Like, and it wants to be all it wants to be like procedural, but like you know how you catch a witch, you get a little bit of garden seasoning and ice, and that's how you try. Well, I'm like, what the like again to bring it back to Kojak. He thinks he can play detective. But he comes off as the dumbest guy in the world. That's why the dumb Toretto character is comical at this point. We're like, he's the smartest guy ever to existed, but he went to jail for beating up a guy with a wrench. Like,
And
as we
also,
discussed,
if anybody have seen like the old show Kojak, he was like, I don't know, quirky is the word, but he was kind of like quirky is the word, but he was always like on point with the things that he did, but he was just goofy with it.
and that our last Witch Hunter made 146 million off a alleged 71 to 90 million dollar budget. So a somewhat successful movie. That was released in 2015. Again, it's been 10 years since that movie's come out, and he's just now like, we got to get the sequel. We got to get the sequel. And then here comes Triple X 4. It took him 15 years to make the Triple X sequel. And don't forget, the aforementioned Ice Cube had to step in because he said, I'm not coming back to make Triple X 2. They went out and got a whole nother guy.
That's my favorite one.
It's an enjoyable movie. It's one of my favorite trash classics.
Yeah.
Because he literally drives a car on a train tracks. Yeah. And it's fucking awesome. It's amazing.
The tires just kept rotating.
And his sidekick, Exhibit. Yeah. Like, that's when you know 2000s movies were on some awful shit. They're like, who should we make an actor? The guy from Pit My Ride. That's who.
He was good in X-Files when he cut his hair.
The guy who is in some Dr. Dre songs.
Great MC too. All I remember about the third one is that he was surfing for like 10 minutes.
It has him riding the dirt bike on the waves, which a guy legit did. There was a DC sports athlete, I think it was Robbie Madsen, who did ride it. They outfitted the dirt bike with like ski paddles or to make him ride the waves. I'm still like, was this a stunt, CGI, or was this real? Because I'm like, it's either way,
It
it was
was
shot
CG.
phenomenally.
You could
Either
tell.
way, it was shot
Yeah.
phenomenally. So he took that as inspiration, and this movie was one of the ultimate examples of his pure bullshit because he got Neymar in the opening credits, a fucking soccer player who can't act. He put in Rory McCann from Game of Thrones because, as I said during the Fast Summer Journey, Vin Diesel's formula in a movie is take a well-known music star from either the reggaeton genre or a genre that no one listens to in America.
So why the fuck he get fine ass Rita Ora in the movie? Nobody know who the fuck she is.
Well, he got this guy Chris Wu, who's big in China for either being a singer, model, or dancer. He got Rory McCann, who was the Hound in Game of Thrones. That's another thing. Is Game of Thrones like get someone from a famous TV show, put him in a movie. He did that with Rose Leslie. She was also from Game of Thrones. She was in Last Witch Hunter.
He just
got a star.
Game of Thrones.
Well, that too, get stars from other countries. He got this actress from India to be in this movie. He got both Tony Jaa and Donnie Yen to be his stars from Asia to be in this movie, and fuck them up. In this, like Donnie Yen is the villain. Like Donnie Yen should never be he's fucking Donnie Yen. Like, what are you doing? And get a real life.
He's
and
a
get a
killer
real life
by himself.
badass. Get a real life badass. Conor McGregor was supposed to be in Triple X3. He
What?
rejected he was cast in the movie. They showed him with Vin Diesel. He's like, I'm gonna be in the movie. He loses the fight to Nate Diaz. He backs out of the movie. I gotta get back on my shit and beat this fucking junkie from Stockton.
No, you about to say a different word, and I would have been like, "Hey, you spitting?" But no,
because
but at the
I
same
can't
time,
lose.
you see how he got his ass beat? Ain't no makeup in the world, bro. Ain't no prosthetics.
So they replaced
in the
him
world to cover that up.
with Michael Bisping of all people, who like Michael Bisping's an okay fighter, but that's his thing is to get real fighters to they show respect. And Triple X3 was directed by DJ Caruso, who did Suburbia, good movie with Shia LaBeouf, and Eagle Eye, another movie with Shia LaBeouf.
Eagle Eye. I don't think
Eagle Eye is when the machine is telling the machine is telling them what to do, like rob the bank, get in this car.
That goofy motherfucker was next up. Just look at the movies they had him booked when he was in his early 20s.
What else did he do? I Am Number 4, 2 for the. He did a lot of shit, a lot of garbage movies. DJ Caruso, he really hasn't made much since then. And even Tony Gonzalez, all-time great tight end, is in this movie and gets a fucking, what do they call when they stick their head down the toilet?
A swirly.
A swirly. He gives Tony Gonzalez a swirly in this movie.
Hey, to be fair, he's from Torrance. That's what you do.
That's how ridiculous Triple X The Return of Xander Cage is.
And I'm about to watch it tonight.
After the opening with Neymar, he skis down the Brazilian Alps, not in the snow, in the dry fucking land. And don't forget, he's doing this role 400 pounds heavier than the previous time he was Triple X, where he was a lean, mean muscle machine. He's doing this where he's got like, let me second.
You said lean?
In the first Triple X? Yeah.
No, that motherfucker been built like Too Cold Scorpio for years.
No, in the first Triple X, in the first Fast and the Furious, he's lean but got muscle.
It's called
after the pacifier, he started gaining all that weight.
That motherfucker built like a pacifier.
That's the sequel he should make next.
Another pacifier? That's the title. What the fuck can he do?
So Triple X: The Return of Xander Cage made 346 in 2017. Like we just talked about earlier, the aforementioned long delayed sequels in the 2010s on an $85 million budget. And we get
that was the budget, 85 million. That's it.
Yeah, they're only paying him when you watch the CGI in the movie. Yeah, it makes sense.
I've seen it, but I haven't seen it in years.
And then lastly, Kojak. Kojak was a show from the 70s. It ran from 73 to 78. Who knows Kojak these days? Nobody.
Dog, if you got a post, you ain't gonna know. I barely know Kojak.
Exactly. The only reason you know Kojak is because Telly Savalas, and the reason you know Telly Savalas is because he looks like Vin Diesel. They're both bald. men that are racially ambiguous. Is Telly Savalas Italian? Is he Middle Eastern? Is he a white guy? What is he? Is he just
Well,
American?
they
Like,
say
what's
Mark
Telly
Sinclair might be everything.
So at this point, and then like he posts updates on all these movies
Yeah, every day, all
on his
day.
IG. All the and the one that's the craziest is the Groot movie. He thinks there will be a standalone Groot movie where we go back to Groot's world, we learn about Groot's origins and all the other Groots that exist in Marvel won't give two fucks about Groot when they can barely get Robert Downey Jr. on set. How are they going to make a movie about the walking tree that I love when they can't even get the X-Men on the fucking movies? Like, am I taking crazy pills here? And what's going on? It's yeah.
I don't think he broke. I think it's his ego that's broken because he
I
feel like
just
he in the
listed.
draw.
He's not. Look, that was his filmography. The recent movies are Fast and Furious, Guardians of the Galaxy, Fast and Furious, Guardians of the Galaxy, he makes up one type of movie every 2 years. And now Universal said, you're not making a Fast and Furious movie unless this movie's under 200. He said, the budget must be over 200. They said, it's not over 200. He's like, the budget must be over. So then he goes to IG and says, Dwayne Johnson, you had a hell of a performance in the Smashing Machine. I can't believe you were acting so good. You made me respect you. Mark Kerr was a hell of a human being. He is kissing ass on and no one cares about his IG except you and I send you his post all the time because I'm like, this guy literally
Dude,
has
what did I see you last night? It was 3 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I'm
I
like,
remember.
bro.
I remember the day Mark Wahlberg.
Hey, take it. It's all right.
I remember the day Paul Walker passed because, it was right after Thanksgiving. My family and I were setting up the Christmas decorations, and I saw on like TMZ reports Paul Walker, and I'm like, no, they're filming the movie right now. Mm-hmm. No, and my dad said something I can't repeat.
No, go ahead. What Big Mike say?
No. I'll tell you.
Yeah. I know him. I know he said something wild.
Yep. And yeah, so he's honoring the passing of his friend Pablo, which the Pablo and Paulo and all these.
God. Yeah, he said he named his daughter Paulo because of Uncle Pablo. I'm like,
and he goes to the streetcar show in LA and says we're gonna reunite Brian. Brian's coming back. How's he coming back to the movie? How? Like, unless he's really like AI, we are gonna have the first AI actor. I'm gonna act with the AI actor, just me. Everyone clear out. Me on the screen. It's just gonna be me and the AI actor playing Brian. It doesn't make sense. Like someone. I mean, I don't think he has an agent because who would want to rep this guy? And don't forget, in the middle of all this, he freed Brittany Griner. Like.
Bro, that's still fucking
he was responsible for being the broker in this deal for a Russian arms dealer to bring back my girl's favorite stuff. Like, what?
Bro, and then he got the thumbs up with the big ass white leather jacket on at the game, and then said we brought her back or something like that. And then like, the comment section had me in tears.
That was his, again. He's in a pissing contest. What Dwayne Johnson so bad. That was his "We killed Osama bin Laden" tweet. That was his version of that. But it's Brittany Griner, okay? It's not Osama bin Laden. Like,
bro, and the fact that people be funny as hell. People got in the comment section. It was like he did it for family, and people kept spamming it.
Familia.
That shit had me in tears. I think somebody quoted the song just like you too in the comment section, but they put it in Spanish.
The best was that clip when they put him in Endgame, where it's Captain Marvel showing up and it's him and the song's playing
in the car
as he drives the car through the ship.
Bro, that shit had me in tears when they first did that edit. And then the comment section, that's all you see for family. La Familia for family. If it's for
But
family, I'm like, bruh, you
he
gotta just,
he is so serious in IG. He is so
yeah,
no self awareness at all. I can't think of someone who has the only person who has less self awareness. I want to talk to Amp about, and that's NLE Choppa. Why does this man? I'm saving it for Amp. I want to ask Amp about it.
you might need to ask Joe. He the one that brought the video to our attention.
But he is just posting these like he's got a family. He's got to support them, obviously. But these movies aren't going to get made. The studios don't fuck with this guy. There is
And
a
you would
book now
think,
about the Fast and Furious franchise where they're spilling the tea about why Justin Lin left. Don't forget who called that shit? Me.
yeah,
I
did
called
it.
it. I did it.
Because he was looking like, man, I don't even want to be here
I
today.
don't. He was looking like he was in a fucking Osama bin Laden
Like
video. Like, get
he's
me
being
out of
hostage.
here.
Yeah. Cause,
Like,
bruh, you know you don't want to come to work when you like it's the fourth wall, even if it's not the
the
camera in front of you,
day
like a
the shoot
sitcom.
had just started, and he was like looking like it was day 40. Like, the cameras hadn't even rolled. He's like, we're here on set, and just one's like, yeah,
Yeah, hi.
yeah.
Just- that's how you know. But bro, I would have drug it out to get that paper. But he said, what Magic Johnson said, I ain't go. What Magic Johnson said, I'm positive. But what else he said, I ain't gonna be here.
As Carl would say, not only am I serious, I am 100% HIV positive.
Yeah, yeah. He said, hey, bro, I'm not gonna be here for that.
Yeah. And now John Cena won't be because they offed him in that Fast 10.
It's not over.
Fast if they bring back John Cena,
He coming back.
they brought back Gal Gadot, and they're bringing back Brian. I swear to God, I will throw shit at the screen and they'll have to drag me out of there in handcuffs.
Well, first of all, we already said there ain't gonna be no movie. It's over, bro.
There won't
Because
be, yeah.
he don't want to
And
bend the knee for that
I
200
can't think
million
of a
budget.
movie. It literally ended on a cliffhanger. Did the bridge blow up, or did they somehow get saved miraculously by who else? Dwayne Johnson or you can't just recast someone, Rome. You can't
Yeah, no. Well, yeah,
tell
because
that to
the thing.
Marvel.
Well,
They
they
did
doing it.
they did it with Terrence Howard, and they said let's never do it again.
Well, they doing it now, but it's not gonna be T'Challa. It's gonna be the son. Is the rumor right
Brian,
now?
I mean, Paul Walker's brother must be that bad of an actor that they don't even want to do the thing where like give him little to no lines, like because
Playing
he's only
crashing
standing
down
next.
fate of like a lost hope.
Yeah, that like that's the last scene. It's just like the bridge is about to blow up. He's there with his son who grew 6 years in the span of 2 movies. How that lost episode with Big Tim. That was a classic because we did our Fast Summer watch long commentary. Then we invited Big Team onto the show, and he was like, "What the fuck was that?" Like you in War Games. What the fuck did I just watch? What was that? Like,
Bruh, his son looked like Carlito, and it's not cool being
his
those
son looks like
movies.
Don Omar. That's Don Omar's son.
It might be you joking, but it might be.
Oh my! But his
But if it
IG,
ended on that note, I'm cool with that, bro. Because the
and then it
villain.
ends with that fucking, and I won't back down. Like I won't back down. It ends with this with this whack ass country / rap
Undertaker
song.
ass.
I think
Undertaker
it made
ass.
Young Boys ironically on it. But the guys, then when
Young,
I'm standing there trembling, like
young boy heart was on that damn song. I got my solid way.
and I won't back down. And then the post credit scene with fucking $7. That's what I really wanted. There have probably been 5 times I left a movie angry. Fast 9 was one of them. Both times on Batman v Superman, because the second time I was like, it was as bad as I thought the first time. I'm mad I paid to see it again.
You ain't got a lot to kick it, but that's all right.
Fast X, and then what's the 5th?
Did you see Trolls? I went to the movies to see Trolls. I was pissed.
Trolls. I don't know
That
what.
that fucking. I think Bryan Singer did that movie.
Oh, Jack in the Giant Slayer.
Yeah,
No, I haven't seen that at all. No.
dog. You,
Um,
I passed out
yes,
like
see,
5 times.
I'm putting Chloe's comment on the screen.
We gotta have Chloe on the show. You tweaking on my baby? You tweaking
Oh god damn it! This I fucking hate StreamYard. You
on
piece of
Larry?
shit.
You tweaking?
Rip off.
Great
I
movie.
paid for it twice, but I paid for it twice with gift card money. So,
Damn, I would try to get my refund back.
um, yeah, Vin Diesel. I don't know. I don't know what's gonna help. And
He
ironically,
not broke, bro. It's a midlife crisis. If you spent
it's been a
fast
midlife
money
crisis.
and Guardians of the Galaxy money, you need your ass beat.
He is a producer on these movies as well, and probably a bigger percentage producer because Neil H. Moritz got the boot. But Neil Moritz only got the boot on the last two. So, I mean, and that's the other reason Universal is like, we're not spending more than 200 because as a producer, he's probably like, let's spend 200 because he knows he's not going to lose a lot of the back end on it. He's going to make his producing back end and not have to, if the movie, don't forget the last two haven't made money like the previous 8.
No.
And I don't even try to group Hobbs and Shaw because that takes place in the whole, that takes place on Earth too, like I said. Because he's got a daughter who looks nothing like the first daughter. But we again tune into the Fast Summer playlist, BBD Bakes versus Davis. Go to the playlist Fast Summer collection. That's where I have all our commentary tracks for what we did in the summer 2021. What's missing? We'll have to redo the Fast X one. Maybe that's what we'll do at the start of the year when not much is going on.
I ain't doing it again.
We'll have to if nothing else is going on. If we're shitting on wrestling and not watching the NBA like you said, because I'm not watching it either.
Dog, I ain't watched the game in a week.
I haven't watched the game since week 1.
Yeah. Look what Eddie said too before we get up out of here. I get what he mean.
No, because Tokyo Drift is vital because of Han, so you'll always need to watch it. And it's actually a really well-made movie. That's the first Justin Lin movie. You can see his talent shine as a director because he only really made 2 movies, and they were smaller movies prior. And how he was filming the drift scenes, which then carried over to the rest of the franchise, obviously, because he directed the next 3 after that. It's not so much... yeah, and you really do need to see it. I don't like, and it's Chris Nolan's favorite Fast and Furious movie. But Chris Nolan also said, what movie recently did he say was good? That was fucking terrible. I'm trying to think. He just says a movie that was good. I'm like, that's a piece of shit. Again, this is why you don't trust other filmmakers to say what movies are good or bad.
I must be a filmmaker. I like some trash ass movies, according to
Well,
other
it's
people.
okay to like trash movies. I mean, I think that's his point of liking Tokyo Drift. I think he likes how it's made. Yeah. Whether he likes the actual storytelling or not, I think he thinks it's a
because there's no lighting.
Movie.
That's a dark ass movie. They have their cinematographers did not like that set.
Oh, and I just want to. The last thing is that we'll talk about, then we'll head out. Just because it was even though I know you don't care about the 49ers, but the Short Sanders thing. About the Browns. Yeah, but this game pissed me off for a number. Brock Purdy, he shits the bed against Carolina on Monday. He throws 3 picks and 3 terrible picks where he thinks he's got a fucking cannon, but he doesn't. He forces throws that get picked off, and they barely beat Carolina. I don't know how, because Bryce Young only knows how to throw to this direction or this direction. He doesn't throw straight. Like all he does is those bullshit swing passes or bubble screens, and they're all to the fucking running back. The one time he threw over the middle to McMillan, it worked. I'm like, maybe you try that again. I know the guy's barely 5'11", but it worked. Instead, the offensive coordinator is like, no, safe passes to the side, all that. We barely beat Carolina, and today he hits the Dougie after he walks in his touchdown, and I would have shot this man if I could. He wants to act like he's hot shit doing a dance. People laugh at the Shador thing when they sack him. Like, Brock Purdy, you are now the most overpaid quarterback in the league. because you could barely. You're celebrating beating Cleveland. Cleveland, you're like, yeah, yeah. No, I want this guy off my team. Minnesota needs a quarterback. Send him there. I'll take JJ McCarthy. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck at this point. Like,
Hey,
do whatever.
what about Kyle Murray?
I would take Kyler Murray at this point.
I,
Kyler Murray doesn't want to play baseball. He wants to play video game. He should have been a baseball player.
I said that when he got drafted. I said
No, but at this point, he really
because I
like,
think the Oakland A's wanted to pick him up.
He was drafted. He was drafted 9th overall by the A's. But if you're gonna get what, $3 million with the A's or fucking $20 million with the Cardinals, which are you picking?
The Cardinals, but damn, he could have made more.
No, because they were gonna start him in AAA first.
Oh yeah. He had the minors and then get to the pros. Yeah, their system is weird in baseball, even though it's been 100 years.
No, you can start. You can start in the major, but the A's were going to send him because he hadn't been playing baseball consistently like he was playing.
That's why
football. He I don't think he was only playing 1 or 2 seasons at. No, he only really played 1 season at Oklahoma for baseball, despite being on the football team for 2 years because he had a red shirt. I think he played all of his red shirt season, but then when his Heisman season, I don't think he played any baseball.
Hey, you know the old Fitzpatrick used to be like the old super kick for the NFL when you need a backup quarterback. Call him. Shit. Geno Smith got a job. He got a fucking job every month.
You're asking me which quarterbacks I would take right now? I would take Shador over Brock Purdy right now. Because here's the thing about Shador. Okay, these 2 games, last week and this week, the offense is bad. The whole offense is bad. Stefanski can't call plays. Stefanski having 2 coach of the years is fucking insane because one of them is Kyle Shanahan's for winning the year he lost Trey Lance and Garoppolo and somehow put Brock Purdy in the position to go to the Super Bowl if he didn't get injured in the NFC title game. And even Brian Dable has a coach of the year and he's fired. So the coach of the year in the NFL is fucking bullshit.
Yeah. So it's been that way for you. I think Marvin Lewis got one.
So for Kevin Stefanski to be in this position, like, we got to respect the coach. We got to respect, look what he's done. Like, look what he's done. They've made the playoffs twice. One was the COVID year. Big fucking deal that was. Oh my God. The year they expanded the playoffs, you make it in. Whoop-de-fucking-do. And you did it with Baker Mayfield, and look what he's doing now. So it proves that you squander quarterbacks.
Yeah.
And the second time you make the playoffs, it's with the quarterback by committee because they had to start all of them, including Joe Flacco, who they traded this year for no reason other than they just wanted to tank to sabotage the Shador shit.
Yeah.
Because why would you? They wanted to play Dylan Gabriel, who's no taller than a shit at quarterback. Like, Dylan Gabriel, he's small. He's tiny. It's ridiculous. And I saw a tweet like a few weeks ago. I wasn't sure if it was accurate. But a guy was like, the connections between Dylan Gabriel, 2 of Dylan Gabriel's college coaches, and Stefanski, and maybe even Dan Orlovsky, is that they all have the same agent, which is why they were trying to spin like a propaganda machine about Dylan Gabriel should be the quarterback over Brown traded my brother. They traded the Browns, and that's why there are always 2 truths. Like, they are sabotaging Shador, but he sabotaged himself to get to Cleveland. There was that report a few weeks ago where the Ravens wanted to pick him, and he said, "I don't want to go there." That was the best opportunity for him. You're going to go play under Lamar Jackson, learn from a 2-time MVP in an offense that would make much more sense for you than the Cleveland offense would.
No, but he wasn't going to get no snaps over there. You got a future Hall of Famer.
He can't play right now. He's not ready.
But Colorado, also, too, dude, they put him in for week 7. I get what you mean, right? So I'm looking at also with shouts out to Vin. I'm looking at what he's saying. Dude, but you got to understand, this is week 7, and they just put him in? It took up to week 7.
That's how it should be. That's how it should be. With no
practice.
Every rookie quarterback shouldn't start the first 4 or 5 games because they get their ass kicked. Look at Cam Ward. He's been getting his ass kicked the whole season because he started, and they got one win.
Dude, but look at him
Look at
as
Trevor
a whole.
Lawrence's first year. April say it, he got his ass kicked all fucking rookie season. Look what happened to Zach Wilson. Equal say it. They get their ass kicked when the rookies start right
Oh,
away.
no, now we just digging in the hats for names. Come on, bro. Zach Wilson.
No,
Nobody thought he was gonna be. I know what you mean,
no
but come on, bro.
no rookie quarterback should start. There have only been one or two rookie quarterbacks that actually light up, and one of them was Cam Newton, the gift from fucking God. Like again, like in terms of like athletic ability,
Yeah, that's a whole lot.
he threw for 400 yards in his first fucking game. Like that doesn't happen as a rookie. Like and Robert Griffin started as a rookie, but they did the smart thing. Like they built the whole team around him since the draft. Shador, they didn't build the whole team around him because they didn't want him on the team.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like it goes back to the prime thing.
Shadisky or whatever. What's his name? Shadesky. You see what he's doing
Stefanski.
now? Yeah, he didn't even give him the game ball last week.
That's my point. Jackson Dart didn't need to start because Jackson Dart, as much as I like Jackson Dart, he's a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Because
he has no confidence in himself anyway.
Jackson Dart, no, he has too much confidence. That's the point. He plays like a guy who's like, shit ain't gonna hurt me, because they asked him like, does he think his playing style is why he's been getting hurt in the NFL? And he was like, no, I don't think that's the case.
Didn't he cuss like that? But we also got to remember too, he 38 years old. Joe Louis was 102 years old. Like Jackson Dart has been a grown man, dog, for like 2 years now.
No, Jackson Dart was only he just turned 22 or 23. He's not like Dylan Gabriel or Bo Nix. He wasn't staying in college that long.
No. I'm not talking about that because those two names they legit got a 401k and they got 3 kids. I'm talking about with Jackson though. I'm talking about mentally as a grown man. He's been
yeah.
But those two, no, Bo Nix and them, no, bro, legit. They got a retirement head.
I mean, Jaden Daniels is the same thing too. Like, yeah, he played multiple years at Arizona State and then played multiple years at LSU. Like
that transfer portal was insane.
But he was one of the rookies last year that shined as a starter. And Caleb Williams was one of the ones that didn't shine as a starter right away. And now the roles have been reversed. Caleb Williams looks better. Jaden Daniels hasn't looked better in the sophomore season. But I think Stefanski was right not to start Shador right away. But he's wrong to play him now with the offense being the way it is. Because whether he's intentionally working against him to prove a point, Deion is not going to get this job as a coach anyway. This is his last year in Colorado. He's not going to coach them next year. You can see he's finished mentally and physically. And
he on 5 toes.
And the media shine is gone from them too. But it's not like the NFL and the Browns ownership is going to give him the job just to coach the son. It doesn't work that way in the NFL. They're not bigger than the NFL. And the point was that's why he fell to that late in the draft. They didn't have the power to run the NFL like they thought they would.
Well, also too, his problem is he can't scramble out of the pocket.
Because he wants to be a pocket passer. That's why.
Yeah, and I'm like, dog, this ain't 2001.
But that's my argument as to why he needed to be in the Ravens offense. Not because he's going to be able to run like Lamar. Like they forced Lamar to make tough throws. That's what John Harbaugh was trying to do over the course of each season. Like get more comfortable in the pocket. Don't always use your legs. And that's why he became a better pure quarterback in the last couple of years. They would have been able to do the same thing with that type of playbook and Shador.
Oh, all right. So as we were talking, I'm thinking about it. Well, this is Kyler Murray's last year, right, on his contract?
No, but they're going to release him at the end of the year.
Shit, why don't they? The Cardinals trying to pick up Shador. Him and Starvin Harrison's son on the team.
It all depends on whether or not Cleveland is going to stick to their guns, because it seems like Cleveland's ownership or management wants Shador, but the coaching staff doesn't want him.
Yeah.
And who knows if this will be Stefanski's last year with the Browns or not. The Kyler Murray thing is they obviously want to move on from him. What team will pick him up? Probably the Jets. They always pick up every quarterback after they get released.
Yeah, they like Koch records. I was going to say he can go to the Dolphins.
And that's
they got to blow that whole team up.
they're gonna get rid of Tua. And then Matt Stafford's probably gonna retire. So there will be a spot open in LA. Who's Sean McVay gonna want to coach? Will be an interesting thing. There will be the quarterback carousel will be more interesting than the coach carousel this offseason.
Yeah.
Because Pittsburgh's might have both openings, coach and quarterback. And
No, I don't think they're gonna get. I said it. I think I said it to you last year. I think they're gonna give Tomlin one more year.
I think this was the one more year, and then if we can't make the playoffs, because he's made the playoffs multiple times by the skin of his teeth, if he can't do it this year, I think that's when like, okay, now it's time to move on. Because these coaching candidates like Ben Johnson come up, and he's turned the Bears around, and Pittsburgh's like, all right, let's get one of these young guys in who knows what the NFL is like now compared to a guy who's seen the last 25 years of the NFL. And this is no disrespect to Mike Tomlin. He's a legend. But I don't think he needs to be retired from coaching. He just needs to be retired coaching from that team. Get a fresh start somewhere else and see how it can go.
Is there a fresh start to an old dog? You can't teach an old dog new tricks.
Yeah, you can. Coaches can have second runs.
No, it's true, but his style of coaching is I know how to do defense well, and then when I got some offense, it's like the Texas Roadhouse, brother. That's the biscuits.
Last year we said that he should swap with John Harbaugh and see how that goes. Give Mike Tomlin, Lamar, and that defense, and then give John Harbaugh. But
they got a lot to fix
realistically,
up with their defense, though. It got better after week 4, but still.
Yeah, maybe swap Mike McDaniel and Mike Tomlin. Mike McDaniel goes to Pittsburgh, gets a new quarterback. Mike Tomlin goes to Miami, gets a new quarterback, and then has that defense. Maybe something like that.
That works. I think that works, actually.
Yeah. Because neither of them should Cleveland, and this is why I wasn't really feeling that bad for Shador, even though I like him. Like you chose to go to the team that you felt you could start, but it's been the worst team in football since its existence. They've never been good. The only team that's worse is that team they beat last week, and that's the Las Vegas Raiders. Those are the two shit shows in the NFL year after year.
Hey, come on, man. Don't pick on
They
them.
are.
Don't pick on the Raiders. It's not fair to CJ.
The last time they can say they were good, John Gruden left. And I'm talking about the second time. I'm talking about the first time because that's how bad they were. They had to rehire John Gruden.
The most we talked about the Raiders is when John Gruden was there before he left in them emails.
And he fucked that team up because he's like, Khalil Mack, who needs Khalil Mack off the team?
One of the stupidest fucking decisions ever.
I mean, they didn't know that Henry Ruggs was going to do what he did, but in that draft of receivers, that was that's a pick you'd want to switch because, well, I mean, not now, given that Brandon Ayuk turned into a head case all of a sudden. But that's the 49ers' fault for making him that head case.
Hey, but shouts out to Khalil Mack, man. Thank you for everything you do for my team.
But we're going to wrap up right now because Banks has to get going to his next recording, which is
you as well.
The bonus episodes on the Random Acts of Podcast Patreon, the RAOP Patreon. Make sure you tune in. Subscribe to that. Oh, I'm sorry. So not subscribe. Pay for that. Pay for that.
But you can subscribe to the Twitch, the YouTube as well.
Yep. You can follow Banks on Instagram where he cut his promo because he was so hyped to do this episode about War Games really made you that mad. To me, there was nothing to get mad over.
No, you don't get mad at this shit. You know that I don't get mad on no.
I know, not mad. There were some people who were actually mad. I'm like, you should know by you should know by. But it really just lit off. It just lit a fire in you to be like, I'm mad as hell, and I'm not gonna take it anymore.
I told him, enough is enough, and it's time for shit. No,
remember in Sandlot when Squint sees her putting the lotion on herself, I can't take it anymore, and he gets out the pool. Every year, the same thing. She knows what she's doing.
Bruh, that's it. It just, I wasn't upset. It's just, really? Like, dog, y'all just lazy. That's all it really is. I just see everything, not just in wrestling, but society
Triple H,
in general.
Won't go up here. You're going down there as you.
Oh, that's a given. And Randy Orton was right about that one.
He's going with him. Two bitches
No,
in the
no, he
sea.
not.
Yes, he is. The man who's shitting bags and dumped purses on the ground. Yeah, he's going in there.
Yeah,
His hate
saying
crime
bam,
against Kofi, he's going in there.
that's justifiable.
Well, okay. Whoa. No. That's it. That's it. But no. Thanks y'all for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe, like, comment. If you have any questions for us on certain topics or future topics, leave them in the comments. We always appreciate those. Thank y'all for tuning in. Make sure you, like I said, you're subscribing, liking, sharing. Banks versus Davis. We're on the quest for 500. If it doesn't come by the end of the year, we got
No, it's
next
gonna
year.
come by the end of the year. That's what she
Well, I'm
said.
saying because we're back. We're back Sundays like usual. Evenings or afternoons. Those ones we did back in the day where we were like 9 in the morning. Whew, those ones were tough. I remember barely being awake when we would do those ones. But we appreciate all tuning in the last 5 years, old or new. Very thankful for that. You can follow me on Twitter at Davis, aka Drip, Instagram Davis Colin DC. We'll see y'all next time.
Now, if you want to crown him, crown your ass. Or we let him off the hook.
That's the thing. Like, who's going to give a speech like that again? They can't give speeches like that no more.
Ever again. Mike Singletary, the last one. Hello. I need people that want to win.
He won't do it. Can't do it.